Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully by now you've had some time to practice a little bit on the Adobe Draw app. Hopefully you become a little bit more comfortable with it, choosing something a little more simplified and just getting used to all the controls and options the app offers. My goal now is to show you how to create something a little bit more advanced, possibly creating some shadows or highlights or texture, and even maybe blending some things in to make it look like there's some value throughout your image. So I'm going to show you this with this image, which is a picture of my daughter while we were camping. So I'm going to walk you through some ways on how to get started with something a little more complex, and then how to dive into creating more of a realistic look with shadows and highlights and texture. All right, there are multiple ways to get started when you begin something a little bit more complex like this. You could just dive in and try to just block in different areas like the face tone, and then do like the hair and then the outfit. Me personally, I like to go in and trace everything with a thin black line just to start off with the basic outline of my image. So I would zoom in. I'm only going to work on the head and hand and maybe shoulders for now, just to save you some time. But remember, one of the first things to do is to lower the opacity on your photo. So I like to take mine down to around 50%, as long as you can still see what's going on, but you can also see the black line that you are tracing it with. Also, the pen option I personally like to use for tracing the outline would be this pen. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. It's a personal preference. I just like this one because it leaves more of a sharp point. I'm going to turn this to black, and I like to start with a smaller line. I'm going to keep the opacity all the way up for this. And my goal is to just trace around this image. And if you don't like your lines, you can always restart. And I don't really care about it being really perfect from the get-go, as long as things are generally in the correct location. And I'm making a little bit more of a cartoonish version of this image. So detail to me right now isn't that important. I'm going to try to get everything in the correct location. And I'm just doing a basic general outline of the important parts of this image. And I'm just going to move around. It's okay if you don't connect the ends of your shapes, because we're not going to autofill this. We're going to do something different to fill this in. So I'm just going through. If I don't like a line, I just hit the back button and redo it. And I'm just going to work my way around Maddie's head. And I personally like to turn the photo so I can naturally make curves of the lines with my hand instead of trying to fight the curves and make it go backwards. That's totally up to you. And I did not choose the best photo. It's a little bit low quality, which is going to make things a little bit more complex for me when it comes time to do extreme detail. For example, the eyeball here. But we will make it work. I'm just doing a basic outline, just throwing in detail where I see it. And eventually we'll have a nice outline of the face. Now you can get as detailed as you want here. I'm not adding any shadows or anything as of now, just doing the outline of the face. And I do plan on putting that flower in there. I'm just going to go through and erase that line afterwards. So to speed up the process, I'm going to complete this on my own, but as you can see, that's just the basic start of the outline of this image, and then we will go from there. So this is a great way to get started, just by a simple black outline. So why don't you take a little bit of time to choose your image and dive in and work with your black outline, and then once you complete that, you can follow the next demonstration video. Thanks.